Welcome back to another episode of Wake Up and Live with Bob. Today I want to examine the question of what documents are required for shipping a vehicle to Jamaica. Now, I don't know much about that business. I don't do that business. But the information I'm going to give you today are information I got from a custom broker. And a custom broker is that person that actually brokers the transaction between you and the government as you're importing a vehicle. All right, I took a list of information from him, and I'm just going to go over real quickly for you in the interest of time. I'll give you a brief overview first, and then I try to explain to you in terms of each item. All right, so first you're going to need an import license. All right, then you're going to need, second, you're going to need a title or a proof of ownership. Third, you're going to need a bill of landing. Fourth, you're going to need an invoice of purchase. 5, you're going to need a bill of site. 6, you're going to need a tax compliance certificate. 7, you're going to need an import entry form C87 completed. All right, let's try and give you break them down for you. First, the import license. The import license is something that you would get from the Trade Board of Jamaica. That is something you get when you're actually importing any type of vehicle that is required to be licensed a certain way or operated a certain way. All right. So you get that from the Trade Board of Jamaica, and I'll put all these information in the description box below once I'm through. All right. Second, you're going to need a title. Everyone knows a title, what a title of a car is. It's something. If you don't have the formal title, I don't know what documents, substitute documents they'll take from you, but they need something to show proof of ownership. All right. Third, you are going to need a bill of landing. Now, a bill of landing is something the shipping agent or agency will do for you, or you will make sure ask them of that. They'll inform you of that anyway, but it has to be completed by them regarding your shipping of the vehicle. Fourth, you're going to need an invoice of purchase. Of course, you cannot ship any vehicle outside of a country because there are international laws that govern these. You cannot ship any vehicle outside of another country without showing proof of purchase, because in the past there have been lots of theft of vehicles, and people chop them up and import them in separate parts. All right, so that's a big illegality. So you need to show invoice of purchase, a legitimate one. Number 5, you're going to need a bill of site. A bill of site is that form that gives all the description of the vehicle. It's red, it's blue, it's a Nissan, it's a XLE, it's a 6-cylinder. It's going to give all the details of what the vehicle actually is. All right, that's something you should check with the shippers about also. And I actually think it's a form that is completed or transacted between the shipper and the custom agencies in Jamaica. All right, tax compliance. In order to be doing any kind of importation or anything that's beneficial in the sense of importing a vehicle, you have to prove to the government that you are actually compliant with the tax requirement, the tax obligations that you have. All right, these are the ways they catch you when you don't pay taxes in Jamaica. And I have to tell you, according to figures that I have seen, it is estimated that roughly only 47% of Jamaicans actually pay taxes. All right, so a guy doing a carpentry may not be paying taxes, or a plumber or a mason may not be paying taxes. A guy who does this little trading on the side of the street don't pay taxes. I don't need to go any further into that, but you do need a tax compliance certificate when you're actually doing certain things, importation being one of them. All right, or if you're getting any contracts from government or stuff like that. That tax compliance comes from the tax administration. So the local tax office, you would check for that to actually see about getting a tax compliance certificate. All right. Lastly, 7, the import entry form C87. All right, and that's a form that's going to be it has to be signed off on by the custom agency, the custom authority in Jamaica, and they will take care of that. All right. There's a few information about the types of cars or vehicles that you can actually import. You cannot just import any old piece of jalopy into Jamaica. It must be of a certain age. All right. So cars, for example, you can only import a car that is 5 years old. That's a maximum. If it's a pickup truck, it has to be no more than 6 years old. If it's a truck or a tractor trailer, it cannot be any more than 10 years old. All right. A bus, if you're importing a bus for passenger commute, then you have to get that cleared with the Ministry of Finance. There's some little issues about the income earning that you will have to clear up with the finance ministry. So they are who you would actually check if you're actually bringing in a bus. Check them first to make sure you actually get the do's and the don'ts clear in your head. All right. I'd just like to say though, importing a vehicle into Jamaica can sometimes be much cheaper, though it can come with a little bit more headache. But after doing it for the first time or so, it won't be that strenuous a deal the other time around. All right. So you, as a returning resident or a citizen of Jamaica, you get to import vehicles like every 3 years. You cannot import a vehicle every year unless you're a dealer, but you get to you're allowed to import a vehicle every 3 years. You get to import 2 vehicles every 3 years, one for your personal transportation, and one if you're using it for business, like a pickup truck or a tractor, bulldozer, or stuff like that. All right. So I hope this has been very helpful to you. Thanks again for watching Wake Up and Live with Bob. And if you haven't yet done so, please like, share, subscribe, and tell someone about my videos, because I strive to give a wealth of knowledge as much as possible. Thanks again for watching.